What is going on, guys? Corrosive Bullet here, and today we're going to be going over the red archetype for set 8 of Fusion World. These videos are probably, I'm going to mention in every video, but they might be going a little out of order. Normally we go down the color wheel, but just due to time constraints and who I may or may not have here for the breakdowns, like as far as guests, may not necessarily be going down the color wheel. But today we're going to talk about Gohan. We're going to talk about everything set 8. We're a little behind compared to everybody else due to vacation and sickness and stuff like that. So this is going to be interesting. So I haven't seen everything. So I'm very excited to kind of talk about set 8 and what is going to be happening with these decks. Sorry. All right. So Gohan. Standard leader on the front side, nothing crazy on the front side. Then on the back side, he draws 1 card when he attacks. Then activate battle on your turn. Once per turn, you can switch 2 of your battle cards that include Sun in their card names in your battle area to rest mode. And then your card that is in a battle gets 30,000 power for the battle. And then if your opponent's life is at 4 or more, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Now, when this guy first got revealed, I wasn't sure how viable this was going to be, just due to the fact that for an effect like this to really matter, you need to have bodies that are going to either be sticky on board, or you're going to have to play out a ton of low-end cards to be able to meet this condition. Now, I think the 30,000 plus power battle is definitely going to be good. But the secondary ability is only going to matter maybe once per turn, maybe or once per game, maybe twice per game, because yeah, because like it's just a matter of like your guaranteed damage right there, right? As long as they're at 4 or higher. So you might get this secondary part of this effect off twice per game, but regardless, your opponent's going to be dealing with like 50k bodies. So very interesting leader skill, very different for Fusion World. It seems like it's going to be very strong, though. Alright, first off, we got Krillin. 2 costs, 10k power, 10k combo. Blocker. With a permanent skill, if you have a Sun Gohan Adolescence with 20,000 power or more in your battle area, this card cannot be removed from the battle area by opponent's skills. This is not bad. Unfortunately, in a mirror, minus thing exists. So this can relatively get... Like, Beerus just takes care of this outright. Which is very unfortunate. But it's a sticky blocker for once. Like, blue can't bottom deck this. They can't bounce it back to hand. Green can't KO it or warm greeting it. Yellow can rest it still. But black can't bounce it. They can't KO it. So there's some decent, there's a decent protection mechanic here. Then we have another Krillin. 1 cost, 10k power, 10k combo. When this card inflicts damage with an attack, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area, and it can't KO or it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. So, it's low-end power. It's only 10,000 power, but considering the leader ability, you rest 2 battle cards, you boost this by 30, it's a 40k swinger, and then if it does damage, it gets this extra effect. So I think this is fine for what it is. I don't hate this at all. Then we have Coco, which is the cantrip of the deck. We have Vanilla Android 18. There's a Hercule card that I think free plays the skillless 18, so I think that's kind of what it's there for. 2 costs, 20k power, 5k combo. Permanent. If you have 5 or more rest mode battle cards in your battle area, this card in a battle area gets 20,000 power. And then he self-awakens. I think this card's probably going to be semi-mandatory in the deck. I don't know how often you're going to get the 5 or more rest mode battle cards. I feel like your opponent's probably going to focus on board when possible. So you're not dealing with 30k power every single turn. So I don't know if I necessarily like this card for the most part. But it's a self-awakener for 20. You can play it early on. It's not the worst thing. All right, next we got the first SR. We have 2 costs, 5k power, 5k combo Goku. On play, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 2 cards with a cost of 4 or less that include Sun in their card names and add them to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the owner's deck in a random order, then discard 1 card from your hand. So it's a draw 2 and then filter. So it allows you to kind of cycle out some stuff you don't necessarily need. Then it's got an activate main once per turn. If your leader is awakened, choose up to 1 of your leaders or up to 1 battle card, including Sun in their name, in your battle area. Gets 10,000 power for the turn. So it's a target for your leader ability, and then you also get an extra 10k boost. So you can potentially add 40,000 power onto a battle card, which is very, very strong. Yeah, I like this card. It's fine. Next we have Goten. Not going to dwell too much on this one. This is basically the Dr. Flappe of the deck. Just gets a non-Goten card with a cost of 3 or less that includes Sun from the drop to the hand. Nothing crazy. Next we have our next SR. Sun, Goten, and Trunks. 2 costs, 20k power, 0 combo. Permanent skill. If this card in a battle area is switched to rest mode by your leader's skill, it can be treated as 2 copies. Then on play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Then choose up to 2 battle cards in your opponent's battle area, and they get minus 5,000 power for the turn. So this is really good for the leader ability, basically allowing you to only rest mode this card to get your leader effect. And then on top of it, it minuses 5,000 to 2 battle cards and self-awakens. This is a very good SR for the deck. I think this is a very good card. Mandatory. Next we have Sun Gohan Childhood. This is the Margarita of the deck. I'm not going to focus too hard on this. It's an archetypal Margarita, basically. Next we have 2 costs, Sun Gohan Adolescence. 20k power, 5k combo. Self-awakens on play. It has an auto skill where when this card inflicts damage with an attack, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 battle card with a cost of 4 or less and Saiyan in its special traits. Add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the owner's deck in a random order. So basically, as a searcher, when it deals damage, can be a 50k swinger with the leader ability. And it self-awakens. It's not bad. I apologize if I take breaks here and there. I'm like sucking on a cough drop because I'm still getting over my coughing spell, my cold. So excuse me if you guys hear my cough drop in the background. All right, our next SR is Sun Gohan Adolescence. 3 costs, 25k power, 0 combo. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to hand, then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 2 or less that includes Sun in their card name from your hand, and it cannot attack for the turn. And then auto, when this card inflicts damage with an attack, you draw a card. I mean, pretty good, pretty standard. Self-awakens, free play something out, that can't attack for the turn. And then draws a card when it inflicts damage. It's not bad. Next we have Sun Gohan Future. 2 costs, 20k power, 0 combo. On play, if your leader is Trunks Future, ooh, red Trunks support. Choose up to 1 battle card with blocker in your opponent's battle area, KO it. And then activate main, place this card in a battle area into its owner's drop. And if your leader is Trunks Future, choose up to 1 Trunks Future with evolve in your battle area. Switch it to active mode. It's not bad. So leader swing, you have a Trunks already on the board, which ideally you probably played it early in the game. So you swing with that, you swing another 20, and then you swing 35 again. That's not terrible. And then it gets rid of a blocker. So in like the yellow matchup, it might be decent. Turles is a thing. So maybe, I know Turles has, I think Turles has a blocker too. So that could be good against Turles. Yeah, this card is not terrible. Then we have Trunks Future, 2 costs, 15k power, 10k combo. Permanent skill, on your turn, if you have a Vegeta with 20,000 power or more in your battle area, this card in the battle area gets 15,000 power. So ideally, I think this is also Trunks support. So you have some Vegeta cards that you can play. You have some Vegeta cards that you can already play in the Trunks deck. So this card becomes a 15k power swing, or 30k power swinger when you have a Vegeta on the board. It needs to be an evolved target though. because none of the Vegetas, the one cost Vegeta is only 5k power, so you have to have it evolved. It's not terrible. It's combo power for the deck too, so it's not the worst thing. I don't hate it. All right, Trunks Youth, 2 costs, 5k power, 10k combo. Activate main, switch this card into battle area to rest mode. If your leader has Saiyan in its special traits, choose up to 1 battle card with Saiyan in its special traits in the battle area, gains critical for the turn. I don't know if I like this, just because you're already working to kind of build your board, right? You're working to build your board, and you need to rest 2 battle cards in order to be able to get the 30k power boost. So switching this to rest mode takes away a target. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems a little counterintuitive in the deck. And you're only giving a crit. So I guess on like maybe some of your big swings, if you have the extra energy, it could be pretty solid. But I don't know. I think you kind of want to prioritize other things than this card. And then here's your super combo. And the alt art for the super combo. Very nice. Natade Village Elder. So 1 cost, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, choose up to 1 of your leaders or up to 1 battle card, both Saiyan and Earthling, and their traits in your battle area, and it gets 5,000 power for the turn. I could see this working in like the Trunks deck too. Is it worth it? Probably not. But making your 6 cost Trunks a 40k swinger instead of a 35k swinger makes sense. That seems pretty good. Makes it a 50 if you combo this. Like, your Gohan leader is probably not getting much use out of this. It's already a 50k swing, so but I mean, this is fine. It's all right. It's relatively generic. Videl, 1 cost, 10k power, 10k combo, who's got crit. Yeah, normally I would write these kind of things off, but in this deck, this could be a 40k crit. So it's not the worst thing. 1 cost Videl, 5k power, 10k combo. Add 1 card from life to hand. Then look at the top card of your deck. Reveal up to 1 battle card with Saiyan and Earthling and its special traits. Add it to your hand. Excuse me. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck. I saw this and I thought Topco. Because you're running a decent number of Saiyans. You're running a decent number of Earthlings in Topco. And it's a Self-Awakener. Like, this card I think could actually be really good in Topco. Definitely meant for this deck, obviously. This deck's gonna, like, thrive with this card. But, I saw this and I thought Topco. It's not bad. And then there's the alt art. Alright, Piccolo, 2 costs, 20k power, 0 combo. On play, if your leader has both Saiyan and Earthling and its special traits, add up to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 to your hand. Then play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 1 from your hand. This is also Trunks support, I believe, right? I think the Trunks leader is Saiyan and Earthling. So you can self-awaken, and then play out one of your 1 cost battle cards that lets you set up your field. So this isn't bad. This is really good in the Gohan deck too. But there's a lot of the cards that are kind of shown in here is actually pretty good for multiple decks. I like that. Vegeta, 2 costs, 20k power, 5k combo. On play, add up to 1 card from life to hand. Then auto, when this card inflicts battle damage with an attack, choose up to 1 battle card with 15,000 power or less in your opponent's battle area, KO it. This ain't bad. It's a 50k swinger with the leader ability, and then it KOs a 15 cost, and then it self-awakens in the early game. It's not bad. Then we got Vegeta, 4 cost, 20k power, 5k combo. Evolve, so there's a new evolve target for 1 energy. Activate main once per turn if your leader is Trunks Future, and you have Hyperbolic Time Chamber in your battle area. Add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and then switch this card in a battle area to active mode. Excuse me. So it's a double K, 20k swinger. It meets the conditions of the other Trunks. With the one that can be a 30k on board, which isn't too bad. So we're doing 20, 20, 20 with the leader, and then 30. And it's also a self-awakener, so if you're unawakened, it can help you awaken. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't mind that. Hercule. 2 costs, 5k power, 5k combo. On play, look at 5 cards on the top of your deck, reveal up to 118 and add it to your hand. Place the rest in the bottom of your deck in a random order. Then play up to 1 skillless Android 18 with a cost of 3 or less from hand. Now, I want to believe that Cell could probably run this. Just because Cell got hit, lost some targets. Maybe building a wider board is not the worst thing. But it's a very specific Android 18. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Alright, Threads of Fate. 1 cost. If your leader has Saiyan and special traits, look at 4 cards on the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Saiyan and special traits, add it to hand. Place the rest at the bottom of the owner's deck in a random order. Again, good for this deck. Good for the Trunks deck. Because it's basically a searcher that pretty much guarantees you a card in hand. So you can pretty much search your entire deck in the Trunks leader and grab this. Same with Gohan. This ain't a bad extra. For only 1 energy. Then we got our secret rare. So Sun Goten. 4 cost. Alt-art. I do love that all of the alt-art, like the standard alt-arts, like have the same like blue and red like hinted accent. I like it. And here's the God rare. So 4 cost, 25k power, 5k combo. Permanent skill. If your opponent's life is at 2 or less, this card in a battle area gains double strike. And then on play, you play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less from hand and it can't attack for the turn. So what I think is really cool about this card is that you take this card, you play it. You then play the 3 cost Gohan to take a life if you need to, if you're still unawakened. And then you play out a 2 cost, which then your 2 costs is going to be either this card or it's going to be this card. So I think that's really, really cool that you're able to just throw out bodies like that on a whim. And then obviously what you can do is you swing leader and then you rest you rest like this, or you rest this, and then you boost up the secret rare by 30, so it becomes a 55k swinger. And then if you have this on the board, then you activate this skill that gets 10,000, so it's a 65k swinger. 65k swinger, potentially double strike, is really, really strong. So there's definitely potential with this particular deck. I think there's a lot going on with this deck. And I think it's probably it's just based on paper. I haven't done any testing. I'm still waiting for the Tabletop Simulator to add all the cards to its client, so I can do some online testing with you guys. But I think on paper, this deck is actually very strong. I think this deck could probably actually be really good next set. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I know we were kind of rushing through a lot of this, but we've already talked about a good chunk of these, and I'm trying to play catch up. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for more Fusion World videos, and I'll see you guys all in the next Fusion World video. Peace.